What a crazy week has it been at the stock market this week. It's been a roller coaster ride, up and down. I feel dizzy already, but I am just glad the week is behind us, February is behind us, and we're moving on to March. My question to you guys, did you buy or sell any stocks this week? I hope you didn't sell anything. Market has been selling off across every sector, just not the high-flying stocks and high beta stocks. It's actually every sector that's been selling off. What is up, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today I want to talk to you guys about what is going on in the stock market this week. Market has been pulling back hard, but why? So why is the market selling off? Well, it's actually the interest rate that's causing the sell-off. You see, the 10-year bond rate has been increasing rapidly, and this past week it continued to increase. On Thursday it was worse when the 10-year bond reached at 1.61%. So you're probably thinking, what does this bond rate have to do with the market sell-off? A lot of investors tend to think that inflation rate would go up, and most growth stocks and growth companies tend to thrive in low interest environment. You see, when the interest rate is low, most businesses and people tend to borrow more money and invest in the long term. So this week, the bond market is going up really fast and the rate is zooming really high, really fast. And that is creating uncertainty among investors. One thing we know for sure, stock market and investors do not like uncertainty. It's not just the growth companies that was selling. It's the small tech, big tech, Walmart, healthcare, everything was selling off. When people are scared, they tend to panic sell just about anything and everything and liquidate their portfolio. That's what some people do. If one thing we know about panic selling, it's never a good thing. You'd think people would learn from the last market crash during the February and March of 2020. So if you look at this chart, you can see NASDAQ between February 14th and March 20 of 2020, the market went down by 29.3%. And right after the March 20th, when investors came to their realization, market went up straight on a tear from 8,500 to 14,000 points. And it's been straight up ever since then. So now that you know what's going on, let's take a pause and look at the market performance from last year. In this chart, you can see on NASDAQ during last September, corrected itself here. The NASDAQ was down about 15% in one single month. But I think even back then, people were panicking, but not nearly as much as right now. Right now, I feel like everybody's panicking. Especially the news media is making it sound worse than it is. So this time, NASDAQ took the most hit, and NASDAQ is only down 6.7% from its all-time high. So it's actually not as bad as a lot of people think. This is only 7% down. This is just a pullback. But yes, a lot of high-flying, high-beta stocks like the Teslas of the world took a much bigger hit, between 15 and 25%. So if you look at this chart here, for the last 5 days, Tesla is down 11%, Teladoc 25%, then we have Zillow as 8%, RedFin down 20%, and Square is down 15%. Besides these high beta stocks, the rest of the market didn't really go down nearly as much. If you're investing in the S&P 500 index, you're probably fine. You don't have to worry about much here. Now let's talk about my personal portfolio. My portfolio took a bigger beating than the NASDAQ or average portfolio. I have a very highly concentrated stock portfolio. Stocks like Tesla, Teladoc, Square, RedFin, Amazon, Apple, and most of these took a much bigger hit, between 15 and 25%. And I'm absolutely okay with that. I'm not concerned here at all. You see, software and tech has been innovating, and these companies will continue to shape the future. Although some of these companies in my portfolio took a big hit, but they have been on an absolute tear for the last 1 year. If you look at this chart here, you can see Tesla is still up 400% in the last 1 year. Square is up 190%, and Redfin is up about 165%. And then we look at Teladoc, looks like the loser here at 63% in the last 1 year. I mean, 63, I almost feel bad for Teladoc for being only up about 63%. But then again, 63% is nothing to sneeze at. Warren Buffett, one of my favorite investors of all time, has been teaching us to invest in a low-cost index fund and be happy with a 10% return.
Buy an S&P 500 low-cost index fund. Keep buying it through thick and thin, and especially through thin, because the temptation gets, when you see bad headlines in newspapers, maybe to...
But I feel like it's okay for me to take a little bit more risk and invest in some of these hyper growth stocks like Tesla, RedFin, Square. These companies are innovating and changing its industry. As long as you don't have a highly concentrated portfolio like mine, you should be fine. There's no reason to panic sell. Even I am not selling anything. You see, portfolio composition is very important. You should build your portfolio based on your risk tolerance. If 15 to 20% market volatility is going to keep you up at night, maybe it's time to reconsider your portfolio composition. You don't want to be in a position like this week where you almost want to vomit in your mouth. So what do I think about all the market pullback and everything that is going on? I honestly believe this is nothing. It's just a pullback, and it's just healthy break the market needs. Plus, all the smart economists have been saying that US will go through explosive growth in 2021. Almost like 6 to 7% GDP growth in 2021.
Bank of America boosted its 2021 US GDP growth target to 6.5% today, which would be the strongest growth in nearly 40 years. Also boosted its following year growth target.
If 2021 is going to be a hyper growth year for US economy, I personally believe this is just a healthy pullback the market needs to set itself for the next leg up. So the bigger question is the market sell-off over? I don't really know, and no one really knows. The market might continue to sell off for another few weeks, and it can turn around on any day. What should you do and what am I doing? I'm personally not selling anything at all. I have been adding a couple of things here and there, and if the market continues to pull back, I'll continue to add. But I am not selling anything. I am not making any adjustment to my portfolio because of this pullback, besides adding a couple of things here and there. I think this pullback is a great opportunity for long-term investors to buy and hold for the very long term. I hope you guys found this video helpful and seeing my perspective on the stock market this week. As someone who has the Tesla as their largest position, I am not making any changes. I am not selling anything. I think sometimes the best thing is to do is nothing and just wait through this ride, sit back, relax, you'll be okay. The world is not ending. By the way, this is not a financial advice. I am just sharing my experience and my portfolio, so do not trade based on what I say. I hope you guys liked the video. Like the video if you liked it, and you can always put a thumbs down if you didn't like it. And let me know in the comment section what you guys think. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.